The vote has closed. We have 25 prize winners in the Foundations Revealed competition this year, and I'm about to announce their names. In November, we challenged you to create something based on a natural world theme, and 160 brave makers answered that call with all the courage, creativity, and self-belief they could muster. Once again, I want to congratulate you, thank you, and celebrate you if you were one of them. I want to celebrate you whether you're a beginner, an advanced maker, or anywhere in between. Whether you entered a fabulous, complete hand-stitched outfit or your first shift or chemise, you're incredible. And the team and I are so happy to be celebrating you on the Foundations Revealed website. The judging and voting is now complete, and I have the winners right here. I'm going to read out 3 entries in each skill category that came in 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place. Each of them will win a gift certificate for the online store of their choice, a period of free membership at Foundations Revealed, and a special award to use on their website or social media profile if they wish. So without further ado, in the beginner category, 3rd place goes to Mariana Kishida from Canada for her entry cycling. This involved a skirt patent from the 1890s that transforms into a cape when you get on your bicycle. The skirt not only inspired my whole ensemble, Mariana says, it inspired me to learn to sew. I went from not knowing how to thread a sewing machine to making a whole outfit, including some fancy tailoring techniques. I learned so much. Very well done, Mariana. A beginner who's willing to try tailoring techniques is very much an inspiration. Congratulations. 2nd place in the beginner category goes to Serena Valguanera from Italy for her leafy cape, whose aim was to make something that wraps up the person that wears it, something that would also be gender fluid and practical for a person with a disability. They say the whole cape is hand sewn, but it was relaxing. Honestly, I've never thought to be able to sew a dress or a cape or anything else, so for me it was a great experience and journey among books, pictures and paperwork. This project took me months and I enjoyed it, so my advice for each person that could be interested or curious about the competition is simply to have fun. Thank you for sharing this fantastic piece of work and inspiring us all, Serena. Congratulations. And the winner in the beginner category is Maiju Takulahti from Finland for the honeymoon smock. They said, the process of making this garment included a ton of new things for me. I had previously only sewn a very simple Viking era dress, so I felt this was an appropriately challenging step forward. Competing was a nerve-wracking but rewarding experience. As a beginner, I had to overcome a lot of insecurities. In the end, I'm exceedingly happy I decided to take the leap and leave my comfort zone. It's been an invaluable learning experience in technical aspects, time management, decision process, research, and also self-worth. Congratulations, Maiju. This was a project showing enormous perseverance, and we're all so impressed. So very well done to all of our brave beginners, and you can see all of their entries in detail at the link below. In the Apprentice category, 3rd place goes to Stanislava Pilkova of Czechia for Cycle of Life, a mix and match dress with multiple parts showing the transition of a willow tree from winter to spring. She says, it was a huge challenge as I decided to go out of my comfort zone and design, draft and sew a dress from scratch. The process also challenged my time management skills, which are my lifelong struggle. Being able to finish a project on time and persevere through difficulties was a confidence boost I much needed. So congratulations, Stanislava, this is a fantastic achievement. 2nd place in the Apprentice category goes to Crystalline Pantano of the USA for Nightfall in the Wildwood, an homage to the woodlands in evening inspired by cyanotype, a photography process invented in the 1840s. She says, I've never done anything like this before, the competition or the garment. I'm so glad I did. It pushed me to try things I've never done just to see if I could. I learned so much in the process and feel more prepared to take on larger or more complex sewing and craft projects. Thank you for sharing your work, Crystalline, and congratulations to you. And the winner in the Apprentice category is Bianca Kolaric of Slovenia for Moss Dress of Goddess Zarya. Bianca wanted to achieve the look of morning dew in a forest full of moss. With the attention to detail that went into the design, she says, I evoked a deep sense of pride and connection to the cultural heritage of Slovenia. The process was an emotional journey as I researched the history of dress in Slovenia and learned about my ancestors. It was quite a challenge since I had a lot of elements to research and I had to develop skills in beadwork and hand pleating, which I've never done before. It took a lot of time, but the end result is really rewarding. Congratulations, Bianca, and thank you for sharing this very personal project with us all. So well done to all of our apprentices, and again you can see all of their entries in detail at the link below. In the intermediate category, third place goes to Reproduction by Alexandra Christensen of the United States. She says, "Nature is all about reproduction. As I'm pregnant with my third child, I'm intimately involved in this nature's universal obsession. If I'd thought too rationally about competing this year, I probably wouldn't have done it. I began my project in temporary housing using a borrowed machine because we were in the middle of an international move that included living in 6 different homes in 6 months. I was also pregnant with my third child, taking care of 2 toddlers, and navigating prenatal care in an unfamiliar culture and language. It just doesn't make sense to add an ambitious project with a strict deadline to the mix, but the project was physically small and hand-sewn, which meant I could take it with me and work on it anywhere. And it actually provided a structure and continuity that helped me navigate all of the change. Overall, I've learned a lot about Regency stays, it's true, but I've learned even more about my own capabilities. Congratulations, Alexandra, this is a breathtaking achievement on multiple levels. Second place in the intermediate category goes to Alteration of Morning Glory by Sarah Jo Martins of the United States, a transformation gown inspired by the colour-changing Morning Glory pool in Yellowstone National Park. She wanted to challenge herself by creating an engineered gown that would, like the pool, transform from blue as it was originally to acid orange and green as it shortly became. An 1880s bustle dress, heavily drawing from the colours and motif of the Morning Glory flower, indigo, purple, blue and white, falls away to reveal an 1893 trumpet-shaped, fan-tailed evening gown, dyed to resemble the changed colours of the pool. I spent a lot of time spinning about how no one would notice my work and it would all be for naught, but the creative stimulation and repetition from the community and foundations revealed that I am a creative badass was the encouragement that I desperately needed to fuel projects that otherwise felt frivolous. It has given me confidence in my own abilities that allowed me to make business cards, begin self-advocating, and gave me the drive to want to do more for myself. Many congratulations, Sarah Jo. This is an incredible achievement. And the winner in the intermediate category is Capturing Light and Shadow by Lauren Apau of the United States, who used her darkroom photography skills to literally capture sunlight and weave it into an 1890s walking ensemble. She says, "It was thrilling to be doing this alongside so many others in the vintage and historic sewing community. Up until now, I'd only created clothing for myself to wear, but sharing it with the larger world in this way gave me so much joy and ignited a strong passion in me to continue sharing my work, to create not only for myself, but to share with others." Congratulations, Lauren. This was such an original concept, and it turned out so strikingly beautiful. So well done to all of our intermediate prize winners. You can see all of their entries in detail at the link below. And here are the experienced prize winners. In third place, Dreaming of Spring by Charlie from the Netherlands, who wanted to make something dreamy, fresh and joyful and combine it with her love of the latter half of the 18th century. She says, "While I'd made 18th century dresses before, I'd never combined it with such extensive pattern matching, which turned out to be quite a challenge. Each pattern piece needed to be carefully planned, cut and stitched to ensure a symmetric and harmonious looking result. Everything except the bodice lining and straight skirt seams was hand-sewn, including 19 metres of hand-rolled hem on the slippery chiffon petticoat. Congratulations on your hard work and a beautiful result, Charlie." In second place in the experience category, Ye Xian by Cation Designs, a historically inspired hanfu based on the nature-themed origins of a fantastical outfit described in the Chinese version of the Cinderella legend. In the story, pauper-turned-princess Ye Xian receives a sea green gown and a cloak of kingfisher feathers from her guardian fish spirit so that she may attend the New Year festival. The maker says, "I love that this competition gives me a reason to push myself skill-wise, an excuse to bring to life fantastical designs that would otherwise only exist in my mind. Having a challenge and a deadline to motivate me is crucial for tricking my brain into focusing on a long-term project. Otherwise, I tend to get distracted by new ideas." This is only my second time entering after many years of watching and hoping to one day feel good enough, but I love the experience and foresee this becoming a highlight of each year. Congratulations, I'm so excited that you shared this project with us, and I'm delighted to award you a prize. And the winner in the experience category is Lady of Decay by Helen Maria Skovgaard of Estonia, who created an ode to traditional Estonian folk clothing and to the natural fibres that have protected and decorated people for millennia. To achieve this, she says, I set myself challenges to create an outfit entirely in the naturalistic colours of the raw materials, and that every element from fabric to thread to button must be 100% natural and therefore biodegradable once the days of these clothes are over. She says, I wish to repay nature's generosity by ensuring that my creation will not pollute it. Congratulations, Helen. It's a beautiful outfit and a wonderful achievement. So congratulations to all of our prize winners in the experience category, and you can see all of their entries in detail at the link below. Finally, in the advanced category, third place goes to Anna-Marie Kapainen of Finland for her aesthetic rose garden dress. She says, I fell in love with the embroidered rose trim when I saw it, and I knew it would make a lovely decoration for an Art Nouveau dress. Aesthetic dresses, reform dresses or artistic dresses fascinated me so much that I wanted to make my own. They are such lovely, artful, elegant and comfortable garments. Congratulations, Anne-Marie. Second place in the advanced category goes to Olga Poteva from Russia for her Raspberry Datura. Olga is a very accomplished corset maker who has entered the competition for many years running, but this was her first time making stays. She says, although stay making is closely related to corset making, at the same time it is so special. This was a challenge, but a delightful challenge from the first mock-up to the last bead. I like how it turned out, how it behaves on the body, and I'm excited to continue my experiments. She says, the main reason I enter the competition year after year is an opportunity to create something really outstanding. And I do appreciate this chance to overcome my creativity, to manage my time, and to find myself among the most amazing people in the world. Anyone should try this experience. It's fantastic. So many congratulations, Olga. We always love seeing your work, and it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. And finally, the winner in the advanced category is Charlotte Aurora Finnerup from Denmark for a sprinkle of purple petals. For making this dress, she says, I challenged myself to just go crazy and not take into consideration that this had to be suitable for human needs, but more like wearable art. I really tried to push myself and get out of my comfort zone. Adding the back and shoulder part and the collar that had to split in the back because of the lacing was very challenging. There were also a lot of unforeseen questions along the way, such as where should the boning end? How to make the boning channels end evenly around the hips? I had to solve this along the way. Well, it's a fabulous achievement, Charlotte, and very well done on your win. Congratulations to all of our winners and runners-up, to all of our finalists, and to everyone who entered. You can see all of their entries in detail at the link below. I do want you to keep in mind that the results of this competition don't reflect in any way on the value of your work or of you yourself if you didn't win anything. You're a courageous maker. You still did a brave thing. You're still a creative hero who put yourself out there, so you can hold your head up high, whether I just announced your name or not. Thank you so much to you if you entered, and thank you to all of our judges who had the challenging task of picking the finalists. Thank you to you if you voted and commented on the entries, and thank you to the whole Foundations Revealed team and the diversity panel who worked so tirelessly behind the scenes to make this new competition happen. I appreciate you all so much, and now all that remains is to look out for next year's theme. Everyone who entered had the opportunity to suggest possible themes for next year. We've collated them and pulled out 3 popular suggestions, and they'll be going to a vote soon amongst the Foundations Revealed Academy and Essentials members. So if that's you, look out for the vote, and I look forward to seeing your entry in 2024.